An upcoming competition looks to find the next fighters to defend against cyber attacks. Argonne National Lab in the southwest suburbs is hosting the event to identify college students with exceptional computing skills.
Amanda Thiel is Argonne's group leader of workforce development and is joining us now to explain a little bit more about this event. Hello to you.
Hi, how are you?
Great, great. You know, it seems like for years we've been talking about the lack of cybersecurity professionals or lack of people in that field. How much does an event like that, like the one that you're having, will help?
We hope it has a massive impact. We're going to have about 600 plus students here. And honestly, at the end of the day, we hope that this will fill at least a small portion of what we really need in the United States to really impact that really large gap that we have in cybersecurity.
And so who is invited to take part? These are all college students, and what are they going to be doing at this competition?
So our event is cybersecurity workforce development. And besides what normally people look at, which is our information security, which is our personal information that we secure, we have the students do that, but we also have them secure operational technology. So things like our grid, the energy power, as well as water and things that we sustain. So all of the critical infrastructure we have behind. So we're giving them that ability to get out into the world, get a job with not just their regular IT skills for cybersecurity, but also having a backbone and really understanding how to save the world, I guess, and making sure that our energy is up and running, our water is good, and things keep moving. So we're really trying to give the next generation superheroes of cybersecurity.
I love the sound of that. Save the world. You know, you mentioned that cybersecurity obviously includes a lot. Is there an area of cybersecurity where there's more of a need than others? Where should people sort of focus their attention?
You know, I think there's so much need everywhere. I don't think that there's really one particular area that we're, I guess, quote unquote, missing more. I think everyone really just needs to, in general, think through the breadth of cyber as a need across the breadth of what we need. I think at the end of the day, what we try to really hone in on, like I said, is the operational side. Things that people tend to forget still run on computers. Our water that we get to drink out of has a computer that runs to make sure that it's still drinkable at the end of the day. Everything that we use from our lights, it comes through in some sort of computer to make sure that it's the appropriate wattage that we're getting from the actual generation plant. Those are the operators that we're trying to make sure and instill that those systems are secure so that those bad people out there that we inevitably are seeing are securing those systems for us.
A couple of years ago, I did a story out at Argonne on a team that was doing just that. They're essentially like gaming out, okay, what happens if the electrical grid in the Midwest goes down? What are the cascading effects of that? Talk a little bit about how Argonne fits into that national security profile of, we used to call it war games, and I guess nowadays cyber is the next front of how countries may go to war, right?
Definitely. So Argonne, along with several other national labs together, are working to ultimately really put together what would be having students think outside of the box for this particular competition. So how could they, in essence, like you said, think through those cascading consequences? When we think through cyber, a lot of students, and even us in general in public, we think through when there's a cyber attack, you think it's just on your computer, like there's nothing else that happens. But when you think through a cyber attack on, like I mentioned, like those operational items, those cascading consequences are so catastrophic. When something happens to our grid, everything goes down after that. It's not something as simple as that. So doing something like this in an enclosed environment, giving them that opportunity to learn it, gives us a step earlier for us to be able to help them learn it in a very quick, fast-paced environment.
We'll let you go off and save the world one student at a time. The event is this weekend. Amanda Thiel, thank you for your time.